Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Chris here, pastor from Meadows Church. Thanks for taking a few moments to listen in. This is a Word for Wednesday. And this week I want to talk about something very special to me personally, and also to our church, Meadows Church. The last few days I got to travel up with a few of my friends to a conference. And this was a gathering together of a network that Meadows Church gets to be a part of. It's called the Relational Discipleship Network. I know it's hard to say, so we shorten it to the RDN. And I want to just share what a privilege it is, what an honor it is for Meadows Church to be a part of this network. You see, it's not a denomination, it's not anything like that, but it's a group of churches, a family of churches that have come together with a singular purpose. And that's that we understand we want to make disciples of Jesus, and we want to do that Jesus' way, which we believe is through relationship. Hence the name, the Relational Discipleship Network. I know of many pastors and church planners, again, of which I am one. I know many that I've gotten to talk with that ministry can become a real burden. Ministry can become such a challenging place, mainly because it becomes a lonely place. You see, I personally, as I grew up learning ministry and studying and taking classes and all those kind of things, oftentimes as a pastor, I was encouraged, and I know many others have been encouraged to kind of keep things to ourselves. Keep problems that we might have, issues, struggles, challenges. We don't want to share those with anyone else because they could always use them against us, right? They could come back to haunt us from people gossiping and sharing these kind of things. We can't really trust people. And so the position of pastor at the top of this triangle, if you will, at the top of this leadership structure of a church, can become a lonely place. And I know many pastors who have burned out and given up and quit and thrown in the hat because of this loneliness that eats away at them. And one thing that is very important as I look into this network that I get to be a part of is this emphasis on relationship. And the cool thing is it's not just a class or something that I teach, right? As a pastor, I'm not saying, hey, you guys, you people need to get in relationship. You need to get into a small group. You need to get people to know you. It's not that. It's in fact something that has to start with me. It has to be something deep within my own heart that I understand, first and foremost, I am a disciple of Jesus. Before I'm a pastor, before I'm a leader, before any of those things positionally, I am a disciple of Jesus. I follow him. And so for me to be discipled, I have to be in relationship with people as well. I have to have people in my life that are asking me how I'm doing, and I have to be okay with answering them honestly and sharing the challenges that I face and the difficulties, the trials that I walk through. I can't pretend everything's okay. In the same way that people are going to be asking me how I'm doing, I have to be doing the same with others. End up into people's lives and asking them real questions and getting to know them on a deep level. Being able to talk about tough things like finances or parenting or politics or all these things that maybe are hush-hush or let's not go to those places. Those real-life questions are what discipleship honestly is all about. And when you get to be in relationship with people, not just something you teach, but something you experience, and then it flows out of you, that's where I think a healthy church can begin. You see, I'm personally in a small group. I lead a small group at my house every week. It's something I've done for years, and I honestly love doing it. And as the church, Meadows Church grows and new people come and perhaps new staff join, and again, I pray all these things happen as our church begins to grow, that the priority for me and all other leaders is that we would understand our role first as a disciple. And so we need to be in relationships ourselves. We're not in the middle of a circle with everyone surrounding us or at the top of a pyramid for everyone to look to us. Honestly, we're in the circle with everyone else. We're in the place where we have to share our lives, share the things that are going on, and be okay with being honest. Because when we try to hide things or keep things to ourselves or keep things bottled up inside, that's where they stay in the dark, and that's where they can become terribly bad things. And that's where pastors get lonely. And so this past few days, as I was at this conference, I got to experience the true health of seeing so many pastors and staff members and different people in different positions of ministry, but have this joy and this burden essentially lifted off them, that it's not just sitting on their shoulders. They don't have to do this by themselves, but they get to do it with one another. They get to do it with other pastors. And within their own churches, they get to do it with their people. You see, there's a great verse. I just want to read one verse today. And so it'll pull out of context just a little bit because it's right into the church at Thessalonica. This is 1 Thessalonians. Paul is sharing with them what it means to be in ministry with them. And there's a lot of verses before and after, but I want to pull out one just to share. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "We loved you so much that we share with you not only God's good news," that's the gospel. "We loved you so much that we not only share with you God's good news, but we share with you our own lives as well." We not only shared this good news with you, but we in fact shared our own lives as well. And I believe that that is the healthy pattern, that that is the healthy progress, that that is the healthy road to take in ministry. And so I'll take a second to speak to you. If you're listening today and you're involved in ministry at a church and you're feeling lonely, or you're feeling like your wheels are turning and you're not getting anywhere, you feel like you're isolated or by yourself, number one, this is just a shameless plug to say, hey, there's a network of churches that you should check out. It's called the Relational Discipleship Network, RDN. Make sure you can Google them, look them up. You can find who they are. That's a great group that I've been able to find, that I've been able to work with, to get coaching from, mentorship from, to really learn from, and to ask questions of, man, it's such a healthy place to be. I'm thankful as a church. I know I'm not doing this on my own. There's churches all around the country, all around the world that get to be part of this great network. And I'm excited to be on that journey with many of the others and to learn from them as I go. But not only that, but what I get to bring home here to Meadows Church. I want to be a pastor that doesn't sit above everyone else, doesn't assume to know everything else more than everyone else, but that I'm a faithful shepherd as I lead a congregation toward Jesus, and we're following Jesus together. That's the vision statement of our church. And I want to be right there beside you. I want to be there to be vulnerable with you and share with you and have people in my life that are discipling me and people in my life that I get to disciple. And then see that modeled over and over again with the people in our church. I don't want us to be a church that's isolated. There's a lot of things going on right now, a lot of difficulties in life, and being by yourself is the worst place to be. So hey, number one, if you're in ministry, check out the RDN. If you're in the area looking for a church, if you're looking for friends, maybe you still have a lot of questions on Jesus, on church, on religious things, that's okay. I would love to sit and talk with you about it. I'd love to hear about your story. I'd love to take that next step with you. I'm here if you have any questions. You can reach me through this website on Facebook or Instagram. I'll be happy to talk with you soon. Have a wonderful week. I pray God's blessing on your life. God bless.